Welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we have just finished inspecting the lady driver's lorry, and now Kim has something to say to us before we go talk to Joyce about what we have discovered regarding the drug trade through Martinez Harbor.
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
The obnoxious part of me wants to say I don't think there's anything to discuss. Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation.
It does, although I'm not so sure Everard is the one running it, so that might be news even to him.
I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
Sure does.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
Well, I wonder if it's one of Wild Pines' opponents, or it could be the light-bending mega-rich guy.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Or maybe it can broadcast through the Pale, although I think we already knew that can be done.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
What about the movie posters? How do they factor into all this?
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
They might provide us hints into who the lady driver is.
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin.
Yes, well,
He doesn't say more. So it turns out this is connected to the Union.
like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
Yeah, but we could aim high, Kim. We could try to bust all of it, and that would really make Superstar feel like he is in fact a superstar. Will the RCM open an investigation into this, do you think, Kim?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it.
Okay, that sounds like a reasonable plan.
There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
What are you thinking, Kim?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
So you're thinking there's some corruption here?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Fair enough. Okay, debrief over?
Debrief over. After you.
Okay. So, we are obviously supposed to head over to Joyce's, but I do want to do a quick runaround here to talk to both the racist lorry driver and Tommy to see if they have anything new to say now that we found the drugs. We could talk to Seling as well, I suppose.
Looking for something?
Nope, nothing new here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, in fact, I do think we should go back to Seling. Because he was right that it was the racist lorry driver setting him up.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
Sorry, man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation to you.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
You know what? I really don't know.
Damn. I always warned her to watch herself. Man. Nothing to do now, I guess.
No, I would stay out of it, Tommy.
Maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
What's the plan with those rhymes anyway?
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
Yeah, I imagine you do.
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahom.
Why Tommy Lahom?
Tommy Lam was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
It is. It is way better.
It's more him.
I had another question, actually.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Nope, turns out we didn't. That's all. Talk to you later, Tommy. Be good. Okay, I realize we're still using the Cavalsund, and I would like to equip the Pyrrolodon, so let's just take care of that problem. Okay, now let's go talk to Seling, since that gamble I just had that made that Tommy would have something new to say after we investigated the lady driver's lorry was paid off.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Oh, all right. I'll leave it to you for now, Seling. All right. Is there anybody else we want to talk to before Joyce? Anybody that might be involved here? Oh, you know what? I did want to go in here and see if the "it's all about money" guy was the driver that lost his lorry, according to the racist lorry driver. Nope, it's all about the money. Okay, so that's it. Let's go talk to Joyce. Enough procrastination. Let's head over there. I'm gonna zoom out a little. Joyce, hey, how you doing? Oh, should we have talked to Everard first? No, let's talk to Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Well, I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Wait. Where exactly are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologise for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
That makes me a little uncomfortable, Joyce.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the entire quarter.
By the way, we got 70 experience, and I believe we leveled up.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
Oh, I wonder if Wild Pines is behind it.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
It certainly is, Joyce. We want you to disclose everything you know.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Iron and strawberries. What was that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Ooh, that's pretty ominous.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
They were undermining her. I see.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't, and it also isn't a joke. Do you need a security detail, Joyce?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating.
Well, I bet it's deteriorated completely with the guy who was hanged.
They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
Right. They're a bunch of grunts.
So, what happened?
Ooh, our breakthrough is imminent on the apricot scented, chewing gum scented one.
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
This is pretty much what Titus told us.
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
And what then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
Oh, I wonder if one of them is the scab leader. For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
I have no doubt of that.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Wow.
It will be all of them. The decision is already made.
Joyce, you've made a mess here.
It was the Union who strung him from that tree. My hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before Crenell indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
She grabs hold of the mainsail.
if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
It sure will.
The Debarders have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
Ah, it's a good analogy, though. Or a good metaphor. One of those two.
The Strategize giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
Ah, all right. Definitely piping in with some useful stuff, Encyclopedia.
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
Ah, I see why she used the analogy.
As I said, a bloodbath.
We're going to say I can't see it happen because too many things would have to go wrong first because he has confidence that he and Kim are going to solve the case.
Too many things have already gone wrong. Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois.
Oh, well.
All we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
I wonder what a fourth world country is.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yep, that's exactly what she means.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She thinks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
She thinks again.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company and tell them to call it off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
Of course it is.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman, Joyce?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on then, Joyce?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
That's certainly what we heard from Titus.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
That's not true. Titus told us about it. And it took place at the Whirling. Oh, I guess they didn't really say that it did for sure.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too.
I think Kim is not taking good notes because we were there. I remember it.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the Colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name was...
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first, before we talk about Lely.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
Oh boy. DePaul is probably the lady driver. That's my guess. It's all connected.
What would you say was his eye color? The deceased's.
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There's a pang of regret to her voice.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Must be hard to force your face to move in a new fashion. If you continue like this, you'll have an aneurysm. Then you'll have to.
Was that physical instrument? No, yeah, pain threshold. Great. Yeah, you're super helpful. Thanks so much. Where are the two remaining mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
But we still need to know where they are, Joyce.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Wow, look at all these bonuses we have on logic. Our logic is currently only 5, but we get plus, what is that, 7, because we have all of these other things. Didn't pass background check, scab leader bad acting, scab leader built like a brick, clothes didn't fit right, and sent by the pines. Let's do it. It's a red check.
One is obviously the scab leader at
Right,
the
obviously.
harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
Right, obviously.
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
All right, let's start with... One must be the goon in the ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
I think kicking the hornet's nest is kind of what Superstar does.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
I like the way Kim says catastrophe. Catastrophe.
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
Yes, that's right. Well said, Kim. Okay, so the other mercenary is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Could Neha, the dice maker, be the other mercenary? She's always listening to her radio. She's in the tower. She can see everything. That would be a really neat twist.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a shortwave at the ship's wheel.
She nods to the sloop's cabin. All right, I had another question for you, Joyce.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Okay, that's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Well, it turns out you can tell us about these tattoos now, I think.
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
All right, let's stay quiet and observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Let's say nothing for a moment and let her keep going.
Port cities. On the oceans. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Delorian century. As early as 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
And what's the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
That is beautiful. That is a beautiful image. And what travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
This is more world building, but boy, is it cool.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
I'm not sure what task got done there. Oh, maybe it was asked Joyce about the tattoos.
Vredefort? Vredefort has a military academy. The Semines Islands saw a recent conflict. In Revachol, he was executed.
Maybe it's a record of his military career?
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
Pretty cool.
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
And who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Oh, that would be so ballsy to do that.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
Okay, thanks, Encyclopedia. We will.
Challenge accepted. I say we do it.
Oh, okay. Our choice here is to ask the mercs about the tattoos or leave it off the schedule. I'm going to do it. I need the information. We're going to mark it down. Ask mercs about tattoos.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
Okay, you sure couldn't.
We will be careful, ma'am.
That's all for the tattoos. Thanks for your help, Joyce.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I think we are done. So, that was a fascinating conversation. And now we are going to internalize Apricot Chewing Gum Scented One.
Apricot Chewing Gum Scented One. August 2nd. Early late summer. You're getting off the streetcar in Le Jardin, east of the river. Her father and mother are middle class. The nylon of her little jacket rustles next to you, in the dark, like autumn leaves. Her heels click on the pavement. You're walking up to the gate in front of her parents' house. She takes out her chewing gum and you kiss her. A feeling like electricity flows through your whole body. Immediately, you know that you've entered a completely different world.
Okay, let's see. That was pretty neat. Let's see what the bonuses are. +2 perception. Betrayal lingers everywhere. Cool. All right, let's look at the art. There's this skull with the fingers on its face. Oh, and it's like this weird set of face masks in like some kind of, it almost looks like an old slide projector type thing. This is just a bunch of clothes to me, and there's a baby. Really cool. Really cool. Okay, let's accept it. And there we go. And we're back up to 6 points. We're at 78. Do we want to suck in another thought? We're going to wait. We're going to wait on that. Okay, let's get out of here. This is just letting us know we've got another point to spend. These are some tasks. So ask the scab leader about the tattoos. Perhaps another mercenary can tell you more about the hangman's tattoos, the so-called scab leader at the harbor gates. It won't count as one of the people informing you about the tattoos, but could be interesting. And then we need to confront the Hardy Boys about the drug trade, because a person present at the lynching is also involved with the drug trade through the harbor, which links them to the Hardy Boys. See what Titus has to say about it. And then the victim's tattoos. Ask another about the tattoo's possible meaning. So this is something entirely separate, as it just said up here, from asking the scab leader. Okay, well that was super awesome. I think this is a great place to leave it. When we come back, I think we're going to run over to Everett and talk to him about the drugs. And we will hit pretty much everybody along the way to see if there's anything new we can find out. Especially because we have been told flat out we need to find out about the tattoos. So thank you for your viewership. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to leave comments. I relish the constructive criticism. And please remember to spay or neuter your pets.